Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Gachagua'S Command TV. President William Samoei Ruto is going to start his visit from Mathira. Mathira constituency is the home of impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. It is the epicenter of William Samoei Ruto's opposition. It is the hotbed of William Samoei Ruto's opposition. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at the reason why William Samoei Ruto has decided to start his Mount Kenya visit with Gachagua'S home ground. If you are joining this channel for the first time, this is Gachagua'S Kaiman. For those of you who have not subscribed to this channel, please take that 1 minute, actually it's not a minute, it's a second, and subscribe to this fast growing channel. Number one, in my view, William Samoei Ruto want to measure what we call public anger index. This is a measure of the anger of the members of the public. It is usually used by psychologists to measure how angry is the population, how angry is actually it measures the level of anger as far as emotions are concerned. Remember, it is the people of Nyeri who are saying that kufa dereva, kufa makaga, and this is actually where William Samoei Ruto want to start his trip in Mount Kenya, so that if there will be any opposition, if there will be any resistance, the way people are going to react is actually going to tell him whether to continue or not. Number two, in my view, William Samoei Ruto want to display power and might. He want to show that he is in charge. Remember that Mount Kenya have always been saying that William Samoei Ruto no longer visit the mountain, but expect William Samoei Ruto even to sleep at Sagana State Lodge. Sagana State Lodge is just next to Rigathi Gachagua's home, and Rigathi Gachagua even have a farm next to Sagana State Lodge. So expect all kinds of power, expect all kind of display, state machinery to be displayed to the people of the mountain to see who is in charge. So actually it is raining, that is why you see us struggling to actually get a clear view of what is happening. Number three reason, in my view, William Samoei Ruto won't provoke Rigathi Gachagua. Sometimes it is necessary to provoke your enemy. Sometimes it's necessary to see the level of provocation and how far the enemy can go as far as politics is concerned. And William Samoei Ruto would actually want to provoke Rigathi Gachagua to see can he react, can he mobilize people. Actually, there is a lot of mobilization taking place in Mount Kenya, trying to actually even advertise this meeting. In fact, you would think that Jesus is coming to Mount Kenya region, but as it is going to happen, it is William Samoei Ruto. Again, William Samoei Ruto must have learned something from history. In 1972, Richard Nixon, that is the U.S. president, visited China as a way of what he called strategic diplomacy. And this was meant to counter the Soviet Union. Remember, Richard Nixon was a die-hard supporter of capitalism, while China was actually also a die-hard supporter of communism. And by visiting China, it was intended to show that they can actually talk about issues. I think I can also give another example. I think William Samoei Ruto is a good student of history. He must have also learned the visit by Nelson Mandela in 1990 when he visited the African national leaders to neutralize apathy, to show that they were trying to unite. So I think he is also trying to achieve this. The other reason that is making William Samoei Ruto to land in Munyoro is actually a good gesture, a kind of good gesture, goodwill, a strategic reconciliation Maybe even William Samoei Ruto want to hoodwink the voters. That after all, in politics, there's no permanent enemies. There are no permanent friends. They can always unite with Rigathi Gachagua. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think these two leaders can unite? What do you think? Because in my view, in politics, anything is possible. Remember, Raila Odinga, he had even refused to call William Samoei Ruto the president. He had refused completely. But today, they are in the kitchen, cooking the national cake, sharing. And by the way, Raila is expected to accompany William Samoei Ruto in the mountain. And I'm going to give a quick analysis of this. And maybe before that, I can ask you, why do you think Raila Odinga is going to accompany William Samoei Ruto in the tour to the mountain? And I learned this from Kaluma. Kaluma said that Raila is going to accompany William Samoei Ruto, and he was saying that the people of the mountain are expected to come out in large numbers and welcome the king because of the many developments that have taken place in the mountain. If you ask me, that is sarcasm, that is irony of the highest order. The other reason that is making William Samoei Ruto to visit Mathira, the home of Rigathi Gachagua, the hotbed of opposition politics in Kenya today, is to reduce the tension that is there in the country. There's a lot of tension. And the people of the mountain feel that they are not part of the government. They feel that it is like a marriage that has failed. And once it fails, it has failed. Maybe that is why William Samoei Ruto thinks that he can salvage the political marriage between him and Rigathi Gachagua and therefore reduce the tension. If he's going to achieve this, I doubt. Because one thing I know about the people of the mountain, watu wa mlima, ni kwamba wakishaamua, wameshaamua. Na wao ni kama dudu vule ambao hawachili mpaka utoboe mti. Swali ni je, watautoboa mti? The other thing is that I think William Samoei Ruto want to challenge territorial dominance of Rigathi Gachagua. And so what is happening is that as we speak, it is not disputable that Rigathi Gachagua is now mfalme wa mlima, is the kingpin of the mountain. And now there's also this issue of Ndindi Nyoro, who is likely to join Rigathi Gachagua. And I told you that because I'd given a video of why, I think a month ago, and maybe you can visit that video, why William Samoei Ruto was likely to land in Wamunyoro. And for sure, it is going to happen. And in this case, I told you that one of the major objectives was to try and neutralize the people like Ndindi Nyoro, who are coming out very strongly. And again, it was actually a roll call. I said that it was a roll call. It was like a register. Who is with me and who is not against me. And you remember William Samoei Ruto had even assembled Mount Kenya leaders at State House Nairobi. But I understand some of them were very, very angry when the photos appeared in the media because they did not want to be seen at State House Nairobi. Ni baadhi ya wale watu ambao wanajihusisha na marafiki fulani lakini wataki waonekane wakiwa pamoja. They are ashamed of being associated with some leaders. So I think the territorial dominance is going to be challenged here because William Samoei Ruto is the president of the Republic of Kenya. It is no doubt, it's not disputable. But now, Rigathi Gachagua appears now to be controlling the mountain. Again, I think it is a crisis response. There is crisis in the government. And that is why Raila Odinga, I think, is also going to accompany William Samoei Ruto. One thing I know about the crisis that the government is facing is that any project that William Samoei Ruto is trying to start, there's a lot of resistance. And people are doubting anything that he sees. And some of them have been questioning why he's coming to the mountain. That's why they want to see real projects, not the projects that were started by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, not the projects that were there before, not the projects that are being relaunched and relaunched, not the opening of taps, not the opening of a police post that was started by National Constitutional Development Fund. So what is happening here? That crisis, especially the crisis of perception, the crisis of project, is something that is affecting William Samoei Ruto, and that is why he is rushing to the mountain. One thing I know is that he must have received a lot of intelligence information, and he knows that now the ground is almost ready to see what is going to happen. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Why do you think the president has started his tour, or you start his tour at Gachagua'S home ground? Maybe you can let me know in the comment section. Meanwhile, I request you one thing, please like the video, comment, share, and today let me know where you're watching the video from. Bye-bye.